Come, shall I teach you something, Mrs. Clandon?
I'm always willing to learn.
Have you ever studied the subject of gunnery, artillery, cannons and warships and so on?
Has gunnery anything to do with Gloria?
Oh, a great deal, by way of illustration. Throughout the whole of the century, my dear Mrs. Clandon, the progress of artillery has been a duel between the maker of cannons and the maker of armor plates to keep the cannonballs out. You build a ship, proof against the best gun known. Somebody makes a better gun and sinks your ship. You build a heavier ship, proof against that gun. Somebody makes a heavier gun and sinks you again, and so on. Well, the duel of sex is just like that.
The duel of sex?
You've heard of the duel of sex, haven't you? Oh, I forgot you've been in Madeira. The expression has come up since your time. Need I explain it?
No.
No, of course not. So, what happens in the duel of sex? The old-fashioned woman received an old-fashioned education designed to protect her against the wiles of man. Well, you know what happened. The old-fashioned man got round her. The old-fashioned woman resolved to protect her daughter more effectually, to find some armor too strong for the old-fashioned man. So, she gave her daughter a scientific education. Your plan. That was a corker for the old-fashioned man. He said it wasn't fair, unwomanly and all the rest of it, but that didn't do him any good. So he had to give up his old-fashioned plan of attack, getting down on both knees and swearing to love, honor, and obey, and so on.
Excuse me, Mr. Valentine, that was what the woman swore.
Was it? Perhaps you're right. Well, what did the man do? Just what the artilleryman does. Went one better than the woman. Educated himself scientifically and beat her at that game just as he had beaten her at the old game.
Mr. Valentine, you are very clever.
Oh, Mrs. Clandon.
And you have taught me nothing. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Mayn't I see her before I go?
I'm afraid she will not return until you have gone, Mr. Valentine. She left the room expressly to avoid you.
That's a good sign. Goodbye.
What do you mean it's a good sign?
Because I am thoroughly afraid of her, and it looks as if she is thoroughly afraid of me.